This channel is proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. Please check out the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Raven. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this storytelling, role-playing hybrid experience based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about rolling dice to face a threat. We are going to go through the different 5 steps. First we have identifying the most sinister threat. For there to be a twist, there needs to be a threat. A threat is not just something dangerous. It can also be any non-player character, or rather non-corpus character, a being, place or situation that might complicate an action, and which is also connected to the tale or to the player characters, or rather corpus characters, histories. It must be relevant because if the action goes wrong, it will alter the course of the story against them with a twist. But if it is successful, the corpus characters will alter the story with a twist that will be beneficial to them. You have threat levels. This indicates the number of dice that must be confronted in a roll. Each threat requires between 1 and 3 missed dice, which can be with or without thick mist. We will talk about that in a few moments. A threat level does not always reflect the magic or physical power at play, but rather how important it is to the tale or backstory. Then the game master, or rather the tenebrous voice, defines the twist to overcome the threat. This is quite easy. It's basically assigning a number of missed dice based on the challenge. Now let's talk about thick mist. Perhaps the threat is ancient, powerful, corrupt, or unknown. This means that you need 2 successes on your corpus dice to cancel 1 missed die success. This represents the cats or successes in the corpus dice, devouring the missed dice successes, the ravens. So in this case, because there is so much mist which empowers the ravens, you need 2 cats to devour a single raven. And you can actually describe this narratively, that is, it is encouraged because cats and ravens are all over the place. So you could mention that a couple of cats devoured the only raven that was standing there. Or perhaps there were no cats available, all of the cats were gone, and so 3 ravens landed on a tree, gazing ominously at the corpus character. Therefore this concerns step 3, rolling dice. The players are the only ones who are going to be rolling. They roll both the missed dice and the corpus dice. They need successes in the corpus dice in order for their characters to be successful in that particular challenge. And when it comes to the ravens, they are bad. You want to avoid rolling successes in the missed dice. The factors of the challenge, the maelstrom, which is this structural force that provides difficulty and escalates, will comprise the missed dice pool, while other things such as personality, tendency, roleplay, help, assistance, etc. will be forming the corpus dice pool. You make your roll, the successes cancel each other unless there is thick mist, and the result is going to be either positive or negative towards the corpus character. The successes, as mentioned earlier, are going to be described or narrated by the player controlling that corpus character, but the failures are going to be described or narrated in this storytelling format by the tenebrous voice or game master. That part of cancelling out successful rolls concerns step 4. And finally we have step 5, narrating the resulting twist. As mentioned earlier, it all depends on who is successful. That way the player or the game master or tenebrous voice is going to be telling a little story about what actually happened. And so there is this back and forth, combining both roleplay and storytelling alike. And using this simple structure allows you to take actions without rolls as well, as determined by the tenebrous voice and context. So you're going to be generating complications to enrich the story. You are going to be finding clues as well. This concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to take a look at the nuances of the maelstrom system, because there are other complexities that enrich the experience. Now this is a great storytelling RPG system, but You need a certain degree of sophistication and a bit of practice, because otherwise, the lines between the scenes could get a bit blurry, as the twists make their way into the narrative. Luckily, there are plenty of examples. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description below and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, it's not about what you want your characters to do, it's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.